What's going on, people? How y'all doing? Just wanted to make a quick little video, basically just like going over reasons why I stopped making videos for like a pretty long time, but also going to reasons like why a lot of people just stop making videos altogether. And maybe you have watched a YouTuber before, or like a TikToker, or anybody that used to make content, and then they just like stop doing it. Um, could be for a lot of reasons, but some of these are my reasons as well as anybody else's reasons. So I'm just gonna dive into it, right? So and if you haven't, you know, leave some recommendations for other videos, or I'm just saying a bunch of nonsense. But if you like this type of content, then hit the sub, hit the like. But number one, so basically, this is what really got to me because I used to make a lot of content. I used to make a lot of videos around my middle school years and freshman year of high school. Freshman, sophomore year of high school, not as much sophomore year, but freshman year for sure. Because this is when we were all locked down, we were in quarantine. Currently about to graduate in about like 10, 11 days. Um, but yeah, when we were all in quarantine, that was the main thing that I went to is just streaming a lot, which if you're only streaming to a couple people, do not stream for that long. Like it honestly is just a waste of time. And instead, what I would have done is do not even like an hour stream, just do some fun stuff and then make some clips of it and then just like put it on the internet. But so the first thing I want to get into is opinions of other people, which shouldn't have had a really big effect on me when we're talking about YouTube specifically because I didn't get that many views. Um, but I think it was more of like how many views it was. I'm like, dang, this sucks. Why did I put time into this if it's not going to get any validation? First of all, a huge disclaimer that I want to make to anybody that wants to make videos, that wants to do anything creative. You should be your own personal drive, and nothing should really sway you. It's easier said than done, right? But nothing should really sway you from what you want to make. Make what you want to make, even though it's kind of pointless. The reason why I'm making this video is because first of all, I want people to get the right idea of making videos, right? And second of all, I'm just making an oath to myself to make more videos because I haven't in the past and I just wouldn't ever upload any videos. Um, but point is, opinions of others. What really hit me was through TikTok. I would make a lot of TikToks during quarantine, like 2021 ish. Um, and that would definitely get to me. Like some people that I knew in real life were saying things, and I just kind of rode with it. But in the back of my head, I was like, is this really fun? But it's your own stuff. You do what you want. You know what I'm saying? And just surround yourself with people that like your stuff. And I also had people that liked my stuff, but I cared too much about the hate. If I'm being brutally honest with myself, and maybe some of you are going through the same stuff. Not getting enough validation, as I just said. So yeah, not getting enough validation. Numbers shouldn't really be a drive. Obviously, if you're having fun with something or you think a concept is good for a video and it does well, maybe you're like, oh yeah, I want to keep doing that. Um, but the content should just come first. I feel like it's the same thing with just life. Um, Putting your money towards things like your health should come first, not about what you have on the outside or like what you think looks cool to other people. Um, and obviously, big numbers, that can be an addiction. Money can be an addiction, like any sort of stuff like that. But at the end of the day, you just make what you want because you have fun with it. And if you're not having fun with it, then don't do it or just find another perspective. And that's really what it is. Some people just have the wrong perspective at times and they'll like take it too serious or whatnot. Shouldn't be taken all that seriously. You're just making videos because you want to. Like, stop having the thought of, oh, I want to make money this way in my head. You're putting way too much pressure on yourself for no reason. And then copying. Copying in two ways, right? Copying one, copying somebody else's kind of style, which is fine. I remember watching a video from this guy Drew Joyner. He's a fashion creator, and I remember he went over a tip. It was a video about fashion tips, and there was a tip in there that said copy, but I don't remember exactly what it was. I I should have remembered it, but then obviously put your own twist on it, and that's what a lot of people do. You can copy something and then put your own twist on it, which a lot of people do. I believe, a YouTuber that I watch by the name of John Sandman does that with Counter-Strike videos, when other people are playing other games or whatnot, because he did come from like a Rocket League background and then switched over to Counter-Strike, so that kind of helped too. Um, but he had a lot of his own original things. So come up with original ideas for sure, but don't just rely on copying everybody else. Always find that twist, always find that thing about you, because that's what's gonna make people appeal to your content. Like honestly, being yourself is like a lot of people just mess with people being themselves. And that's like the core fan base that you want to have. No matter how big. If it's like 5 people, that's sick. If it's one person, cool. If it's 100, amazing. But like as long as you have a couple people like saying stuff like, hey, your videos are cool, like that's sick. You should be happy with that. No matter what. Like as long as you can reach like a couple people, that's amazing. Like if I can get 10 views on this video, that's awesome. Um, so copying others and then copying what you've already done over and over again. Obviously, you can keep your content consistent, but doing so much of the same thing over and over again. I started making videos on YouTube when I believe I was like 10, 11, maybe 12. I was definitely making videos at 12, but I started, I think, when I was around 11. So about like 2016. And I remember I would do the same thing over and over again. And like for a while, I was having so much fun with it because it was just gaming videos, especially when I was playing that game, FNAF World. If you guys remember what that was so sick. But after a while, it's just like, oh yeah, it's not really my thing anymore. And then you're just not even making anything anymore. Which I've seen so many YouTube documentary or commentary style videos recently, like on my recommended, saying like why you should just in general have a YouTube channel, because you have your own unique things about you that you can share with the world and it can be so sick. So just thinking about YouTube like that is so important. Just thinking about something, thinking about YouTube as a place just to share what you like. Even if the videos are at the end of the day not that best quality, like who cares? I can just start talking about random things about like Valorant if I wanted to. Um, it is a bit late, that's why, I'm sort of quiet. But yeah, just like finding things that you like and don't take it so serious, because then it's actually going to be fun. And that's the most important thing about YouTube, is that it should be fun. But just kind of wanted to give my opinion on it. Was This video is 8.5 minutes, and I could cut this down, but I'm just going to keep it raw. And I hope you guys have a blessed day, whatever day this is that you're watching. Uh, yeah.